Austin, I need to tell a story for everyone else to hear that happened between us this weekend. Do you mind?
No, I don't mind.
Carly and I were out of town, and while we're driving around, we're like, we should probably cook something for dinner tonight. And oh no, all the meat is in the freezer, because if it weren't in the freezer, it would just die all the time. So she texts Austin, hey, would you mind sitting out a couple pieces of chicken breast for us so it's thawed by the time we get home? He's like, absolutely. He takes it out of the freezer, puts it on the countertop, takes a picture, says, it's been done. Awesome. Thank you, Austin. We continue with our day. We get home. She's like, I'm making chicken noodle. I'm excited. Me too. My favorite soup ever. I go to open the fridge. I don't see chicken. I look in the sink. I don't see chicken. I look at Austin. Austin, where chicken? And he just gets this look in his face of terror. And he stands up, runs into the kitchen, looks into the refrigerator, and then he opens the freezer. He goes, no! He immediately turned around after taking a picture and going, I'm a good boy. And he threw it into the freezer, shut the door, and went on his day.
I got it out of. They had their chicken breasts in a drawer frozen. They've got their chicken thighs in the door frozen. It's the thing that I say to remember things now. But I made them more accessible. That's what Good Boy and Brain said. I put them on an open shelf so they could get them easier. I was supposed to put them in the refrigerator on a shelf for them to have, but it's all because it's, you know what, and y'all remember Dad's Lawn Wild. Dad's Lawn Wild is forever one of my favorite things we've done on this
Forever and ever.
And I had a Dad's Lawn Wild day that day where I was doing repairs on the mower.
It was a good day for it.
It was a good day for it, it being frustration and
exhaustion.
So I had to repair, not mechanical man, repaired a brake caliper. And I realigned the way that the mower's on and off positioning for the blade was accessing stuff. I had to do a bunch of things, and I got frustrated. So that happened to me that day. The next day in Dad's Lawn Wild, we've got the time that everything's going perfectly fine now, that I've got all the problems with the belting and everything fixed under the mower. So I get out mowing, and then I get to a ditch. And then just a simple little C-clamp pops off the wheel and breaks. The wheel comes flying off. Axle digs into the ground.
You had a C-clamp on a wheel?
Not we. John Deere.
John Deere.
John Deere decides that all the wheels on this mower deserve to just be put on with little C-clamps. That's the only thing holding it on.
I don't think that you're calling it the right thing.
No, what's a C-clamp?
A C-clamp generally has like a part that screws in on the back, and it's a big C shape.
This is a little C shape, and it just like
Oh, that's a retaining clip.
a retaining clip.
That.
Yeah.
A C-shaped retaining clip.
Yeah,
that's
retaining clip.
that's what it is.
Okay, well, then
but it's like it's
see?
like
Not
a millimeter thick.
Not mechanical.
Yeah,
But that's all it was. And I had replacement ones, but I got bucked off of the mower because the axle dug into the ground on the ditch. And I just went, oh no, is this happening? Whee!
So is that why the chicken ended up back in the freezer instead of in the thaw drawer?
Yeah, the reason that it happened was because the day before was my original stress day for mowing, and I was singular minded on it. Like the task of taking it out. Is this the right chicken? Yay! It'll be done. Just turn around, thwack! I did it!
So Tiny, to make a short story long. Yes, that's how it ended up in the freezer. Hey, everybody, I'm Dane Holland.
I'm Robust James.
I am K-Dale.
I'm Tiny.
Hi, Tiny. We're Nerd It Through the Grapevine, the podcast where four best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. And you can join us every week wherever you're listening to us, as well as on Patreon, where you give us money and we give you more content. Why have you not gotten more content, you say? we haven't received any money.
We're holding the content hostage until our demands are met of money.
7 gives us enough money every month for us to go, all right, we'll do another episode. And then, but that's it. That's all you get. So there'll be Grape Flavored Gaming and all kinds of stuff on YouTube if we get more Patreon people. So do that.
And if we play our cards right for that, we might end up with our first episode of Nerds Touch Grass.
Oh, that would be fun too.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
That'd be grape.
Oh.
I mean, 7 is exclusively where I get my pocket dollars now from his,
As he should be.
Patreon contributions.
Yes,
Nice.
exactly. We get $1 a piece every month.
They go directly in my pocket sock.
And speaking of grape things, I decided to bring a topic today.
Yee.
So, the great American touchstone restaurant of the Waffle House has been releasing music since about 1983 to put in their own jukeboxes. Ow. Well, and they've included such things as raisins on my toast. There are 855,743 ways to eat a hamburger at Waffle House, and Special Lady at the Waffle House, and the Waffle Doo-Wop. And if you ever want to have something stuck in your head, just listen to Raisins on My Toast, and you'll be singing that for the rest of the day, whether you want to or not.
Would you like to listen to it now, Tiny?
Well,
Person?
after you mentioned this the other day with the whole topic idea, I looked it up. They even did a Christmas album, and I listened to the 12 Days of Christmas at Waffle House. It was...
Oh, my God.
It was a thing that I listened to.
Right. It's very hit or miss. There's like 4 or 5 songs that are like, oh, these are actually like genuinely good songs. And then there's a lot of like, they're really like spreading the butter thin, as they would say, to make it themed.
Do you guys want to listen to There Are Raisins in My Toast? Surely there's an amount we could listen to and not get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, it's Waffle House going to sue us? Hell no.
I hope so.
Hell
I
no.
hope so.
They'll come after Tiny's 8 pocket dollars.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm probably going to spend them there anyway, so...
Jeez. All right, here we go.
I mean, the music itself is catchy so
Right.
far.
Raisin toast, raisin toast, raisin toast. There are raisins in my toast.
Marty, what are you doing trying to kiss your mother?
I get real big girls don't cry vibes from this.
Oh, yeah.
Raisin toast.
Oh, my God, this is amazing.
It is.
Walked into the Waffle House and sat down at my seat. Looked the menu over, well decided what to eat. Out came one little guy who winked at me and said, be sure to choose the raisin toast, and popped into the bread. They sang out.
It's a legit doo-wop.
Another good one is the
Wow.
Waffle Doo-Wop.
It's more-
It tells the story of the Waffle House.
We'll give them one song of free
Right.
advertising, but if you just go on Spotify and search up Waffle House Records.
And so that had me the other day, because every time I'm in the mood for Waffle House now, I think I got to get Waffle Doo-Wop in to get my All-American Bowl. What are other songs that would be associated with like fast food restaurants? Like if you were to have a loading screen of like, this is the level 4 McDonald's, what would that sound like?
Well, for McDonald's, since you say that, what I did was I went through different genres for every fast food restaurant I could think of and picked a genre of music that I thought matched well with it.
That's kind of what I did too.
Yeah. And with McDonald's, I basically thought to myself, McDonald's to me sounds like that guy in a parking lot trying to sell you his rap CD.
Oh,
Like that genre of
okay.
music. And whenever I looked it up, this was what I thought that sounded like. That's what McDonald's sounds like to me, and it's just that throughout the whole thing, because all he has is a little MIDI keyboard that has 4 buttons on it. he's just trying to push that CD to you
he's
so
like,
bad.
just $20, man. I mean, you can't
That's
even
all
get a
it
CD
takes.
for $20 anymore.
No, you can't. I can't play a CD for $400 because I don't have a CD player.
Right?
Give me that beat again.
You've got one in mind? You got something
okay.
to
Give
throw
me that
down
beat
with
again.
it?
Are we about,
All
to,
right.
are we about to give some advertisement
This
to
is
Mickey
going to be
D?
so good.
We're going to play popcorn with it. You ready?
No, I'm not ready. This was your idea.
I'm
You
so
wanted the
bad at
beat again.
these.
You said nothing
No.
about us doing it.
You said you had this.
Oh, how long does it go? Just that?
I'm having to click play every time the loop goes through because you wanted to do a rap.
Oh, never
Go.
mind. I thought that I thought it might have been an extended one where it just kind of kept going.
this was just real small.
Oh, never mind then. That'd be. Well, it just,
What's one line that you were thinking?
Welcome to McDonald's, where the players play. We get them cheap deals every day. You know, that kind of
That
thing.
kind of yeah.
Yeah.
Put the McChicken on the bun.
You can get-
put it in your mouth, hon.
You can get that skinny or you can get that thick beef. You want that thick beef while you looking at me.
I've been a good boy. I want a good deal. Hey, Mom, can I have a Happy Meal? Something like that.
That's got to be a slogan somewhere already.
All right. Yeah,
Right.
It has to be.
Now, some places gave me like a fusion of music idea for them, like Taco Bell. You got to. Now, it is the #1 American restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
We
So
know
great.
this. And it's a fusion of Texas and Mexican cuisine. So, what better kind of music than a fusion of mariachi and country music?
Los Lonely Boys.
I mean, I don't know what that sounds like.
Is that what they are?
I didn't do all the homework. I just went, this is what it is.
Something that's like mainstream American music that it just so happens to be of Spanish influence. Los Lonely Boys.
Okay. See, for me, I was thinking ballad rock because like you begrudgingly enjoy it sometimes, but if you're given way too much, you get sick of it.
Yeah, that's kind of like that literally fits all of that. Like their biggest hit was "How Far Is Heaven," and it was a ballad that also had like that bebopping kind of Spanish influenced guitar and stuff going on in there. So it was, do you guys remember that song?
This is
That kind of ballad rock.
this is the ballad rock, I think. Well, think about every time that you have Taco Bell. You feel like you're on top of the world.
How long does this go?
Until later.
Midnight. Oh God, that's completely Nickelback. It's saying it's midnight. Cash is tight.
Yep.
Pulling through for a quick bite. Give me the beat again. I can do this one.
Oh.
So are you saying Taco Bell's the Nickelback of fast food?
Yes, absolutely. It's everybody's guilty pleasure.
Oh, I also openly love Nickelback, so I also openly love Taco Bell.
Look, everybody actually loves Nickelback.
They do.
They
They
just
really
don't want to
do.
admit it.
Their album, For All the Right Reasons, was locked in my CD player through middle school. I was like fighting people because they were touching my non-existent stripper girlfriend, okay? As like a 12-year-old.
I don't know what that means, but I'm here for
Oh my
it.
God, what
Someone's
song?
not a nickelhead.
Oh my! Hold on. You ripping up the dance floor, honey. Was it that song?
I think
your ass so hot for everyone.
So if we had Tiny's idea, it would be peso back. For,
I like
real
it. I like
band
it.
for Taco Bell now.
Now we just need to get all the singers from like Creed and Pearl Jam and Nickelback to make a super group called Pesoback and just be Taco Bell for Waffle House or Waffle House Records for Taco Bell.
Yes.
That would be totally acceptable because the next step for Taco Bell would just be selling energy drinks.
Yep. They're going to
For when
partner
your
with
diarrhea
Monster.
needs to shoot out of your body.
For when there's no time for digestion.
Right.
I need it in, I need it out. I got a busy life to get to. This is my third one of these trips today. This is all I can do with my life now. I've sabotaged my diet so much that I hurt
Lord.
without this.
Dude, it would be like nacho cheesy, beefy,
Oh, God.
volcano sour, creamy tasting carbonated beverage.
Right.
That's the kind of energy drink it would be. I don't want that in my body or in my vicinity.
And there's no telling what your liver's gone through from all the super creatine that you're ingesting through the Bang energy drink fountain. It's
Oh, God.
Dude, that stuff's gross.
That is the true taco hell.
That's
when
the-
people
yeah,
say
yeah.
taco hell, that energy drink
if
is
you're
the
getting-
Hold on. Other people said that. My mother said
yeah.
that all the time.
Oh,
I thought that was
absolutely.
just a my mom thing.
I used to say Taco Hell when I worked at Taco Hell.
I think my mom must have started that
I bet
trend.
she
Right.
did.
Probably.
I bet she did start it.
She was the only one I ever heard say that to this very moment. So,
Right.
We're
I mean,
officially accrediting her with creating Taco
Thank you.
Hell.
Make
She
it
would
canon.
appreciate
Make
that.
it canon.
You
Yes.
have this
Tiny's
ability.
mama started Taco Hell.
That's for you,
Done.
Mom. I love you.
So I had another one.
Yes.
Jack in the Box.
Ooh, me too.
I feel like Jack in the Box is like a 90s style like hip rap beat because it's very understated. If you know how good it is, you go there, and like it's not for everybody, but definitely gives a vibe. And also they did have a partnership with Snoop Dogg and his Munchie Meal, which was amazingly terrible, but so good.
Everything that had was amazingly terrible but good.
Yep.
Like you could go in there at 6 a.m., get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit and egg rolls.
Right?
Like where else could you do that except for this magical place?
If someone offers me a deep fried taco, I'm not accepting that and talking to that person again. But I go to Jack in the Box and get a deep fried taco. It's the best thing you ever had.
That's the most glorifying experience for flatulence lovers ever, to know that you've made people sick in the car. And thanks to Jack in the Box deep fried monster tacos,
Yep.
I did too.
I
am America. So can you.
last month for my birthday, my wife took me and my best friend, his girlfriend, to Nashville to go to the Lego store for my birthday, and I got some big ass Lego sets. And on the way back, I was like, I want to go to Jack in the Box. We used to have one here in our city, but sadly, Dunkin' Donuts kicked it out and is depressing me every day.
Yeah, F. Duncan.
So there's one in Hermitage, and we went there, and my friend's girlfriend had never been to a Jack in the Box before, and I think I changed her life. Like you could see
For the
her
better or worse?
for the better.
Oh, good.
Because she was like, I've never had something so good, and I'm like, yeah, that's the thing of Jack in the Box. No one thinks about it, but once you have it, you know.
Well, see,
Oh, yeah.
the way you described the 90s kind of rap beat music is almost the way I described in my head dubstep for Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Because it's got a little bit of everything, and just when you think you're in the clear and everything has settled down and it's nice and soft, then like shit hits hard.
So it's the equivalent of when you're looking at the menu, you're like, okay, normal burger, cheeseburger, triple bacon burger, the base drops egg roll.
No, and I'm talking about you've eaten the whole thing.
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
that wasn't bad at all.
Oh.
You know what? I think I could go for the rest of my day and just
Yep.
have a happy rest of my day.
And then 1 mile
Then the
down the
poops
road.
hit.
And then the beat
Oh,
drops. Yeah, then the
gotcha.
beat drops, and the beat is the dookie. And let's see, this is what I thought in my head that it sounds like there. This is Jack in the Box to me. That was really good. That was
Yep.
so tasty.
Pulling
I
out of the
think,
parking lot.
Yeah, pulling out of the parking lot. Hey, do you guys want to just go ahead and go to the gym now instead of later? Yeah, that sounds
Right.
great. I feel really good. I got a lot of energy.
Yeah, and then the trampoline park after.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just such a great day.
It is a good day. I
Guys,
feel
my-
like I can breathe.
My stomach doesn't feel so good.
Wait a second.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't feel so
Hold
good
on, let
either.
me just let a little out.
Oh, God. Oh, it's everywhere. Unlock the windows. Unlock the windows. Everywhere. I can't breathe in my ears.
I can feel it in my cuts.
Kids, get off the tramway! Kids, get off the tramway!
It's in my raccoon wounds.
Where'd the raccoon come from?
Oh man, so Jack,
God.
if you're out there, I
us
think you
up,
just
yo.
Mr. In the Box, please sponsor us. I will eat 12 deep fried tacos live on stream.
Yes, and their little head antenna things, they like don't ever disappear.
Right? They're
My
permanent.
brother had one on his car for like 15 years, never even faded once.
Yeah, they're the best thing
incredible.
built. I want to get one, but they're like $15 on eBay.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you can.
What?
You can still buy them.
But for
No, for
$15?
$15, I used to just give them to you for free.
Right? I know that's the thing. It's like it's of the principle. I just don't want to pay for it. Like
Do they have them at Jack in the Box anymore?
no, sadly, because most modern cars don't actually have an antenna. But where I drive the exact opposite of a modern car, I still do have a little antenna.
You bicycle?
Might as well be. Some days it seems like it'd be a little bit more reliable. Like Hondas are simultaneously the best and the worst cars because it's like a 13-year-old cat. Everything's broken on it, but it's living out of spite and it will choose when it goes.
You have no say.
That reminds me of my Acura Integra that I had, which all Acuras are just
that's a Honda.
It's expensive Hondas. And that Acura, I drove the hell out of it. I pulled over a parking divider at Cane Creek and pulled the mouth off of it. And, the bottom of the car right there, the
Right.
bumper.
The mouth.
That's what it looked like because whenever I pulled back, it just went bleh, just like that lower jaw stuck out.
Right.
But it had that workable antenna, and I remember if I went to Jack in the Box, I'd always get a new one, and I'd put that new one for whatever because they give you one for every season.
Well, you can find them in the parking lot.
Yeah,
You just walk up and say, "Hey, I need some antennas," and they'll give you like 5 of them.
and it would just go on there. But it was always so cool when I turned the radio on because I could do CD and it wouldn't activate it. I could turn it to the radio and it would activate the antenna. And here goes Jack. You're wanting some radio? Welcome to Jack in the Box.
There
it
you
would
go.
sometimes get stuck halfway because the motor was like, it's a 96, so it was not operating the best, but it was still going, but it would just like get stuck halfway. So Jack would be dancing. It's just stuttering, just yank, yank, yank.
He was listening to those sweet bops.
Right. He was listening to the Jack and that's what plays in Jack's head every time he's on the commercial.
With our commercial?
Right.
With the dubstep diarrhea?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I would like to talk about Five Guys.
Oh.
Because Five Guys to me is similar to something like an opera, right? To where you're sitting there and you're having it and you're like, it's fine. But why does it cost so damn much? Why am I here spending this much money for this content?
Yeah. I get that because my Five Guys order consists of a bacon cheeseburger, with the 2 patties because I'm a fat man, a hot dog, and a large fry.
Oh.
And it's like $47.
That's a lot.
And I'm like, why is the hot dog itself $10? It's not even a foot long.
No.
It's a 6-inch shorty.
Well, they had to to find up a way to make up for the 12 potatoes they gave you in fries.
I know, but I mean, here's the thing: if you have to give me less fries to make it a more reasonable price, I am willing to make that sacrifice. But that large fry, though, I mean, it's a whole giant brown bag like you get from the grocery store.
It's that 10-pound bag.
I mean, I don't even know if you get brown paper bags at the grocery store anymore. Maybe that's just me being old. But it's one of those, if you know what that is, stuffed with at least 30 pounds of French fries.
The thing that they don't tell you up front is the way they do their order sizes is actually according to how big the Five Guys are that are in the group. So if you've got a small group of Five Guys, they give you enough potatoes to cover that many. If you have a medium-sized group of Five Guys, they give you this much. If you get a full large order of Five Guys fries, that's 5 large Americans you're having to feed right there. They're like, challenge accepted.
So,
you want this in a trash bag or you want something a little bit? I've got an old gift bag back here from Macy's. We shop there.
So is that why I get so many fries? Because I am the size of roughly 5 men?
I think they're required to give 5 guys worth of fries, right?
Yeah.
So if there are 2 people there, you're getting 5 guys worth of fries, but it's split between 2 orders. They're giving you all 5 guys worth of fries just to one person.
So I came and ate 5 guys.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Or, in reverse order, depending how
You
good it was,
took
I
5
guess.
guys.
So, yeah.
No,
I mean,
those burgers.
I can fit 5 guys in my mouth.
Yeah, I've seen.
Right.
Like the burgers are not
Watch.
that big.
Not really. Not for the price.
If you get them
Especially
double,
if you're experienced.
if you're just going burger though, and you go double patty on that with the bacon, and you're not doing anything else, like I don't ever get fries there. I'm just not a big fan of their sometimes good fries.
Well, it's because they take the bag and they just scoop it into the oil to get the
Right.
fries out. Like, they don't even take them out of the fryer.
And no matter how long they've been out of the fryer, they are also the hottest thing on the face of the earth.
Yeah, well, the grease is a dipping sauce. just like Discord is the dipping sauce of the internet. You go down in the show notes, find that link. link. Come over there and tell us how you put Five Guys fries in you.
How do you get greasy?
And how do you get greasy?
How
And
do you
what
get
are you
greasy with
ordering?
Five Guys?
Yeah, exactly. Click on that link. Get over there. Give us some memes and stuff. It's a happy, slappy fun time. We're live, uncut, uncensored, and irrevocably circumcised.
That was so smooth. That was so
Yeah.
good. The grape dipping sauce of the internet.
Oh God,
I'm
eat fried grapes.
You could.
I'm still hung up on Five Guys. That's
Why-
that's
Do
a
you miss
person.
them?
That's a
Oh,
personal.
yeah, how
problem.
many of them? Yeah,
That's a
What
personal
are their
problem.
I mean,
names?
look, just as talking of food, I might have to leave and make a grumpy. just talking about all this grease makes me feel like I'm gonna have to.
Your body's
Right.
having PTSD in your bowels.
Yeah, I'm having like my own personal Vietnam inside of this thing.
The way your colon talks to the rest of your body is like a disgruntled war veteran. Like,
The way they treat me, the things that I've seen.
I mean, I literally just had an air raid happen through the top of my
Operation Rolling Thunder.
So for this next one, I'm gonna say the genre of music, and I'm gonna describe the situation, and I want you guys to tell me if you know which restaurant I'm thinking of. Is that fun for this one?
Sure.
Yes, I
Yeah?
got this. I'm
You're
locked
into-
in.
Okay, all right. It tastes good, but you get the blues knowing how much food you used to get. So the genre of music is blues, and that's how I feel when I'm eating there.
It's kind of everywhere.
Yeah, but there's one place specifically in my heart.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Play me the music and I'll tell you who it is.
Okay. You see me sitting there eating it. I'm enjoying it. It's good. But as I'm enjoying it, I'm also getting sad because I used to be able to come here and order like one thing and I'd be plenty filled.
Is this Cheddar's Casual Cafe?
That's not a fast food restaurant.
Oh, fast food restaurant.
It's all
Panera?
fast food to me. This is all fast food.
Oh, I thought we were just going generic chain restaurants.
To
and
me,
stuff.
it was fast food.
Is it like Panera or something? Or
Panera.
Chipotle?
Panera and Chipotle are incorrect. Incorrect.
is
All
it
those out.
My feel. Now, can I ask a question?
You can ask as many questions as you want.
It's kind of like a hint style question.
Oh, it's a hint style question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if I was to describe the cuisine,
Okay.
would it be American cuisine?
It would be American cuisine, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is this a distinctly south of the Mason-Dixon line style American cuisine?
I cannot confidently answer that question because I do not know if they are available elsewhere.
Can you get different types of salsas there?
Salsas? Not
Well,
that I'm
you-
aware of.
Okay.
Because my feeling is because anytime I eat it, I feel kind of blue.
Okay.
I feel more like a big saddie than a big baddie.
Okay.
Because of how not as great the food is, because it smells better than it tastes. Is it KFC?
Oh, no. It is not KFC.
Can I have a second
But that's
guess?
a really good guess. You can have as many guesses as you want.
Is it Arby's?
It is Arby's!
I had the same thought because me and my wife got Arby's the other day, and I'm like, it's more expensive. And I remember like they shrunk what a pound means nowadays.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But have you ever gotten the Meat Mountain from there?
Yes,
It is the
I-
same size every time.
I have vanquished the Meat Mountain meal
yeah.
and then had to go lay down.
I ate 2 of them one time and almost died.
I used to call
It was a
myself
bit.
that whenever me and Austin used to work out.
Yeah, you did.
I
didn't
was
you?
Meat Mountain.
Or
I
do
would
you-
walk into the gym and everyone would immediately
Okay.
go,
Have you heard the
I wanna
story
climb
of the Meat Mountain?
I want to climb Meat
The
Mountain.
The Meat Mountain
think
is
so.
okay, you know they make it, special order it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
KFC deserves the props for the what the hell sandwich when they used to do those KFC sandwiches that were just 2 giant pieces of fried chicken with toppings in between them.
the
Yeah.
no bun.
And the
Yeah.
top, the chicken was the buns.
Chicken was bun.
Chicken
And
was
it was
the bun.
basically just bacon and cheese in the middle. Now,
They were called the KFC Double Downs.
yeah, but here's the problem that I have with KFC.
Yes,
You drive by KFC and it smells so good.
it really does.
Like you smell them 11 herbs and spices, your mouth waters. You think about getting a biscuit, slapping some of them instant mashed potatoes in the middle with a piece of original recipe because we don't do extra crispy because that stuff's gross.
It's gonna hurt too.
But the original recipe, it's got that soft, chewy, crunchy skin, and you slap a piece of that in there, and you take a bite, and you realize that it was all smell and no flavor.
And all
Yeah.
11 herbs and spices are salt.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all
Right.
salt.
Yeah.
I only get the famous bowl there. That's the only thing I ever get from that place.
They've recently changed their chicken recipe in the Famous Bowl, and my wife is very upset because that's one of her favorite things. Was like she wouldn't get anything else from KFC but the Famous Bowl.
I'm with her.
Then one day she came home, she's like, "They changed it." I said, "What, babe?" She's like, "The Famous Bowls. They changed the chicken recipe, and I don't like it." And we had to play some comfy games that night because she was very upset. It's understandable. That's how I felt whenever Taco Bell removed the XXL grilled stuffed burrito. I too was hurt.
Taco Bell used to also be a place you can go on and get food on a budget because but it's not a budget place anymore. Because if you want something other than a soft taco, they're like, okay, pay me.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, a minimum order is like $23, $24.
So
Again, you got to stop using the Five Guys equation for your orders, please.
I know. It's like, I understand inflation's the thing and times are tough. But them tacos don't need to be that expensive.
as a Taco Bell connoisseur, I will let everyone in to the best thing you can do to get a decent amount of food for under $15 at Taco Bell. You get the app, get a deluxe build your own cravings box. You
They have those?
Yes, you have to get on the app. I got a steak grilled cheese burrito, 5-layer burrito, beef crunch burrito, a large drink, and a cheese roll, all for like $11.
That's not
What?
too shabby.
No,
That's the secret of the house, right? Is that
Yeah.
what you?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got apps for every place that I frequent, and I absolutely hate my life. Like
Yeah.
my phone's arteries hurt.
I've had to silence so many notifications. But so another place I was thinking of, and this is a little bit I just thought about this one.
Yeah.
Crystals,
Uh-huh.
lo-fi music. Because it's very low. No one like it's like a C tier one at best. And if you're not in the mood for it, it's awful. But if you're in the mood to eat 24 small sandwiches and some of the best fries of your life and a 44-ounce drink, hits the spot every time.
And fries with what looks to be diarrhea on the top.
But they're so good. It's so good.
Until later, man.
I don't know, man. I can't do the chili on the fries.
Give me that number 5. It comes with enough cheese to kill you. But then they put the chili on top of the fries and the shit'll run right through you.
It looks the same going out as it did going in.
Did y'all know that they serve breakfast at the Crystals?
Yep.
Yeah,
One-
and it's
I didn't
amazing.
know that for many, many
You
years.
can
Yeah.
get omelet
Like,
bowls called,
yeah.
you can get scramblers, and they've got other things in them. Like sometimes they'll have like grits, and they'll have, sometimes they'll have biscuits and gravy, and then eggs and stuff. I used to always get the low carb scramblers just because it's just eggs, cheese, and bacon.
Right.
That's an omelet in a bucket. They give it,
And also, if you order it through DoorDash, you can get a gallon of Dr. Pepper.
Wait, an actual gallon? They'll
Yes,
fill up
it's
a gallon
it's a
bag?
plastic gallon bag
Yeah.
filled with Dr. Pepper.
Hold on. You get a bag of Dr. Pepper?
You do.
The way the toothless people at the gas station get a bag of
It
gas.
looks like they took. Okay, so
It's a Walmart bag full of Dr. Pepper.
you know the catheter bags, like the drain bags. It's one of those filled with Dr. Pepper. And me and my wife got it one time, and I was like, a half gallon. That's not right. That just has to mean like 2 large drinks. And then the crystal showed up, and it was in the 24 carton, a large bag of fries, and a bag of Dr. Pepper. Oh and I was like, babe, they said it in a gallon.
You go through the wrong drive-through. You go through McDonald's. They're like, what size of Dr. Pepper would you like? Bag.
Well, I'm sorry,
It's not on their bag, please.
It's not on their menu. You have to know that it exists,
guys.
And there's, I saw on TikTok this. They went to.
Can I DoorDash Crystals to the parking lot just to get a bag of God water? That's Dr. Pepper for uninitiated.
It's true. Oh, jeez. What was on TikTok? Was it this secret?
So no, there's a crystals that was part of a Taco Bell. Like they did a combination. Apparently, this guy got a gallon of Baja Blast, and I'm like, I really hate seeing people live the dreams that I want.
I have it. I've got it.
Okay.
What?
Did you have a lo-fi beat available anywhere in there?
I didn't have. I had synthwave, but it wasn't for
Synthwave is-
Crystal because I had emo for Crystal, and once
Really?
again, you described it the exact same way I did, but you used synthwave for it,
get-
or not synthwave, but lo-fi.
Give me the emo. Let me see if my lyrics still work. Because it's just
the emo
it's,
song?
It's just a
Okay.
song that I've slowed the beat to.
Now, the reason I picked emo is because I enjoy it in a bite-sized time frame, and then I get sick of it if there's too much.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really why I described it. And this, to me, was the emo song that happens whenever I eat Crystal.
But now it's got an entire gallon of Diet Dr. Pepper.
It's got bag of God water.
I got this. Hold on. This is
You
great.
can do this. This one's longer, so if you need to take your time, take your time. Build it.
Only in America, dreaming in red, white, and blue. Only in America.
Are we mixing emo and country right now?
It's all the same thing.
The dream is coming for you.
I mean, country is like field style emo.
It's emo.
Everyone deserves a chance to go and shit their pants. Only in America.
This is the infomercial you wake up to at 3 a.m. when you've fallen asleep on the couch and you are very confused at what they're selling, but also curious.
Time Life presents the sounds of the restaurants. Brought to you by Nerd Through the Grapevine.
This one's called Bag of God Water.
Bag of God water. Cut the plastic, not my skin.
God.
Emo's not dead.
Oh, jeez.
Just like my feelings.
Let's see, what did I have synthwave for? Synthwave for me was Cookout because there's nothing quite like it on a late night drive, like with the windows down. Because now you can't get really anything else.
I mean, where else can you get a burger and hush puppies and a milkshake and a quesadilla?
Exactly.
For like
Wait,
$6 American
How
dollars.
long is the synthwave sample you've got? Because we don't need a song for it. That'd be a great story. We gotta set ourselves in that late
I
night,
remember the name of it.
late night cravings. What we got? Late night cravings. What are they?
This song is called Sunset Rider.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
that's
Ooh.
excellent.
It's a really good name of a song.
Steal that band's name.
And it's got some synth to it.
Is this Rocket League?
No, but it should be. But if you're driving around on a cool night with the windows down
Yeah.
and this comes on,
You're like, man, I really want something that I need some Cajun fries, but I also really want some deep fried cheese curds.
And I want to have to need subtitles for the speaker box so I can understand what they're saying back to me.
Exactly. And we need one of those bacon wraps because I feel like we're going on a stakeout right now. Because, you know, we're detectives.
they probably have
And
steak.
we're
Or
trying
like an
to,
80s spy movie.
We're trying to like solve a crime, driving down the PCH,
Like,
you know, looking for the cookout because we need something. 'cause
I want
we're
to get
kinda- what's happening in my
Oh my-
head right now?
I can see the commercial.
Synthwave,
It's like
baby.
you driving down like the sun-soaked, like south coast of California, convertible, 80s synthwave gun. No, IROX Camaro.
Oh, and
with
we're-
the T-tops
yeah,
off.
and we're Tom
T-tops off.
Cruise.
We
They're all Tom Cruise.
All Tom Cruise.
We got
And we're-
middle teeth and everything.
We're driving down the highway. Pit Vipers on. Cookout on the exit sign.
we mulleted because I want to
fully
be
mulleted. And without a single word, the driver points and the car turns.
And we just all nod
He
together.
finger guns.
No words.
Finger guns to the cookout.
None of us have said a word the entire trip, and we just
'Cause-
drove across
Yeah.
America.
And
'Cause we
somehow,
don't need to.
This has 4 comfortable seats.
Right?
Then we get to the speaker box.
No, it doesn't. We're all sitting in each other's lap. There's 2 of you.
And the voice comes out and says,
What are you doing?
And you just wink, finger gun at the box, and the order's taken.
Please pull around.
I take one bite of my peach milkshake, and then I figure it all out. Georgia. We're going to find them in Georgia. And I just finger gun point to Georgia from California.
Then, our our RX Camaro turns into a Smokey and the Bandit style Trans Am and 18-wheeler. And we start a convoy on the way to Bustamon, Georgia.
But suddenly, over the CB radio, you hear,
You forgot your change. I'm coming for you.
Keep it as a tip.
The only words of the commercial: keep the change.
Cooked out and locked in. That's what we
That
were.
has to be. That needs to be a YouTube animated like short or something. I need to actualize this. How many doll hairs do I need to pay for it?
I don't know, but give us all Magnum PI stashes too.
Oh yeah.
Done. Everything Magnum.
I actually
and the
don't.
whole thing.
I actually don't want my Tom Cruise to have a mustache. I want my Tom Cruise to have Ben Stiller's hair from the Heavyweights movie. There's a weird combo deep cut from a movie for you.
I want my Tom Cruise to have a mullet and a soul patch, and then just the a mustache and soul patch. Thin mustache, soul patch with the pit vipers on.
I want us to also all go through a Tom Cruise scene where we have like our cookout order and we're going to the top of this mesa that he's climbing in like the Metallica music video for Mission Impossible 2, just with boom, wow, boom, boom, just us climbing up there, just almost dropping our cookout, and just clinging to life with it. And time I disappear.
and we all fall at the same time in wingsuits our way all the way.
No, whenever we're falling in wingsuits, it's a I can be your hero, baby. This Creed all the way down.
Oh, like a Creed, Ricky Iglesias?
Yes.
Oh. Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah, that one.
Tom Cruising is a good name for, I think, either the album or the band of the synthwave band that we choose.
Tom Cruisin'.
Tom Cruisin'. Yeah.
Cruisin'.
Yeah, you need the apostrophe. With
Right.
the N.
Cruising for a bruising.
Oh, because we were just trying to figure. I think part of the lore was that we were going to solve a murder. Was that
No, I said a crime.
a crime? Sorry,
Right.
a crime. It doesn't have to be a
It
murder.
can be a murder, but it don't
can,
have to
but
be
it
a
doesn't
kill.
have to be.
Right.
We're just going to fix a bad.
All this, but it just so happens Cookout's there. With the demon lady over them. It could be a man or a lady or a child. You don't know what's going on behind those
happened?
brick walls.
What if Cookout was our like intel spot where it's like headquarters? So we have to check in at the Cookout to get our next mission.
Like part of the parking lot just slides away, and our like fancy sports car goes underneath the lot into our Bat Cave style place. Call it like the Cook Cave, the Cook-In Cave.
Cook Cave.
We
And
go
the-
in and out. I don't know.
Yes.
and
Well, that's another place, In and Out. Maybe that's where we come out. No,
Right.
we go in and out, and we like
Come
all
out
of a
at
sudden
Cookout?
appear inside of a cookout.
Right.
And then we have to leave through the
In and
And
outs
the-
are just
the boss-
portals that
That
lead
makes
you to
sense.
other places with cookouts.
Yes.
the boss that gives our mission is in a Zordon tube, but still talk like that's what I'm going to like.
we just have to guess what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh
No,
my
you
gosh.
just open your mouth, and that's the sound that comes out while you're inside the cave.
Are we like Power Rangers for the different kinds of?
Oh God,
for the different
we're
kinds
just
of
we're
powered by
Super Sentai Cookout.
because we're now powered by the different things you can order at Cookout. We're
God,
it's morphin' time. Form of bacon cheese cheddar style.
Oh God, we have like Mighty Morphin Power Ranger like suit up scenes, but it's just getting into 80s synthwave detective clothing. We like it goes over our head and our mullet and pit vipers grow onto us in a magical glow. It's like a magic girl anime transformation scene.
I can draw all the bad guys out because my power is milkshake. So I just sit there and I just shake it the entire time.
Kind of like on the Animorphs TV show where these children transform into animals that we transform into our Tom Cruise form.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's our Beetleborg right there.
Right. Oh, God.
Cheddar style combo box.
God, Crunchyroll needs to make this into an anime, and I will watch every season of it.
And we can have special weapons upgrades based on what our sides are.
Go,
Because
hush puppies.
You can get a cheeseburger as a side there.
Quesadilla shield.
Danny DeVito can be our Alpha 5,
Guys,
but we make him extra small.
I'm really having some trouble with the toilets back here.
I've been eating Cookout for 5 days straight.
He's on a
I haven't
step.
had a solid poop in 3 weeks.
He's on a step ladder to plunge the toilet.
has the extra long plunger tube that's like a broom handle.
Our Danny DeVito is 5 inches tall.
Oh, God.
Not quite one banana.
Oh, man.
I love this.
The way you were talking into the microphone to hear through the terrible speaker made me think of my Sonic decision for the genre that I wanted Sonic to be. And here's how I describe Sonic. Is they answer the button push just whenever they feel like, and they don't care if they don't care if you got what you ordered. It's just what they wanted to give you. F you, leave, and it doesn't matter if you push it again. You've already been there. Like you've already been taken care of.
I just want to know how they can be so angry and be on roller skates.
And it doesn't matter if there's another.
The Sonic folks are training for the apocalypse for the weirdest damn gang you've ever seen.
And like it doesn't matter if there's not another soul at the top at the Sonic.
Yeah,
you'll be waiting 5 minutes with that button push. No matter what.
They're doing nothing but carrying around quarter roll shotgun shells like they got on Resident Evil.
Oh God, I can see it's like the Mad Max. But they're on roller skates.
Oh my God!
Roller derby, Mad Max.
Sonic is just training for roller derby.
It's punk, baby.
You don't get what you want, but you get what you need.
I can see the foot-long cone-shaped guitar blasting fire out of the end while they're roller skating. They have Route 44s on their back as like grenades.
Can someone explain to me canonically why there's always one fry in your tater tot bag?
Well, see, here's the thing. I used to work at a Sonic.
Okay.
Oh, he has the deep magics.
many moons
The
ago.
deep lore.
Okay.
Yes, it was my second job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the particular one that I worked, when you would make the tater tots, they were made to order, and you would dump them in the same bin with the fries,
Right.
which were also made to order. In theory. Now, you wasn't allowed to reheat products, but let's just say sometimes it happened.
Right. On accident.
And
If
on
you work in
accident,
fast food,
you know,
you understand.
like, I got busy. I don't know what happened, man, but you know, they're still good. They're still tasty. Like, I honestly don't see what the issue was. But then you dump them into that trough to shake the grease off, so they get extra salty. And there's always one fry in there. Like, I don't know why that one fry just obstinately stays in there.
Yeah.
And you inevitably scoop it when somebody gets something else.
It's not a full-size fry.
It's always the
It's
smallest
exactly,
fry.
It's just exactly.
It's one of the rules of the universe. When it doesn't happen, we know we're truly in the end times.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well,
Exactly.
it's like a sausage party style movie, just based off of the rivalry between the barrels and the sticks. So it's a potato.
No, it's more like the Sharks and the Jets, West Side Story. It's more like West Side Story.
I thought you were fixing to talk about hockey. I was like, how do you know about hockey, Tony?
I mean, I do like hockey.
Yeah, and I mean, where else?
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's the only sport that I will watch anymore.
We need to go to a hockey game.
It
That
is
would be
so
fun.
much fun
It's
to
so
go
much
to.
fun.
I really
Hockey
wanted to go
game.
to a Preds game, but now that they've won a championship, their tickets like tripled in
Are
price.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a couple of
Lame.
years and they just won't
Yeah,
even make it
'cause,
to
like,
the playoffs.
You used to be able to get like
I didn't even know they
right
won.
in pretty like in
no.
first bowl seats for like right around like $100.
They didn't
a ticket.
win.
No, I paid like
But-
$25 for a ticket. I mean,
Okay.
granted, I was up by cell block 303.
Right. But now to get those, $175 a ticket.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because I wanted to look. I was wanting, whenever me and my wife were dating, I'm like, I've never been to a Preds game. I hear as a Tennessean, you have to go at least once.
It's great.
And then I was like, oh, 2 seats, $175 a piece for like middle second bowl.
yeah, it's not that great.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think they went to the Stanley Cup.
They
but
did.
I don't think they
but
won.
There are some. So I'm friends with some Canadians on the games.
Ooh, I'm fancy. I know Canadian people.
Right. Well, they say that they actually use one of the teams up in like the Wisconsin and Quebec area. I think Quebec uses Nashville Predators as a poaching ground.
so not Quebec, like where we're from.
Yeah.
Right. Not Quebec. The one with the Q.
Yep. Quebec.
Yeah, Quebec.
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 Oh, never mind. You're not from there. Wow, you just got suckered into
Yeah.
our hometown.
Oh, there is a Quebec. Don't get
Don't get it twisted.
No, don't get it twisted.
Tennessee does have a Quebec.
There's a Quebec, and
Spelled
that's how
just
you
like Quebec.
Yeah, you don't say. Well, I'm just gonna go by Quebec. What did you say?
Quebec. I said Quebec, I promise.
You're going to Quebec. That's near Wallen.
I got beat when I called it Quebec one time. They drug me out in a field by a hay bale. I was scared, and then belts started flying at my face, and then I had to like start punching and kicking like a wildcat.
You had to go windmill.
I windmilled, and I screamed for my mom, and I was on my back like a turtle, and they're like, "What'd you say, boy? What'd you say, boy? It ain't no Quebec. You know, GD, well, it's Quebec." And I'm like, "It's Quebec. I said Quebec. Oh my God, I said Quebec." Ah! And I said, "Here, drink an RC Cola. You'll feel better."
I'd rather have a bag of God water.
Everything is cured with a bag
then they
of
would
God
say,
water.
"What are you, some kind of a beep?"
Yeah, I'm a beep. And then they hit me again.
Right?
Wait. Oh, I thought you were enjoying the story over there.
physically injured over here, guys. This is.
Wait, did that happen to you too?
Oh, yes. I was still remembering the pain in my ribs.
And also, speaking of Sonic, where else are you going to get a pickle grilled cheese besides at a Sonic?
I mean, look, pickles and mustard belong on grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. I thought you said pickled grilled cheese. And I was like,
I'm
I
curious,
just
I
imagine
wonder
a
if you
grilled cheese
could.
sandwich in a jar of vinegar.
Do you think you could do that?
I mean,
We
sure.
could try
I
it.
don't
We
know what
have
would
jars
happen.
and everything in the next room.
Our first Patreon episode is pickling a grilled cheese.
Come by our strip mall studio. We'll give you one too.
Our second and last video is us eating it. My friend Bailey, shout out to Bailey. She's a fan of the show. She tells me she listens to us in the morning, and that's awesome. And if you join us on Patreon, we'll shout you out too, like 7 all the time. But Bailey introduced me to K-pop. I already knew the concept, I guess, the idea of K-pop. I knew the word, right? And I knew it was a thing.
You
I
know
knew it
the
was-
essence of K-pop.
The essence, yes. And I know it's very big
BTS.
elsewhere. Yeah, BTS.
Behind
That's
the
one.
scenes.
That's where they were one. I think they're done, right?
Oh, don't say
Didn't they
that.
split up?
I don't know.
Didn't they split? I don't know. Somebody split. If I'm saying that right now and it's not true, someone just had a heart attack.
Oh my God, because Trudy's my wife Trudy, she works with somebody that's like a huge BTS fan. So just by being in the proximity to that person, she is now immersed in the BTS stuff that's happening.
think-
And I've not heard about a breakup.
I think one of them was in some legal trouble because he's dodging South Korean like mandatory service, and I think that may have been it.
Well, who wants to?
Well, because in South Korea it's mandatory, like every adult of a certain age group has to be in the military because they're right next to North Korea and
I mean,
war
there's
countries.
a bunch of countries like that.
Right, but one of the K-pop guys tried to dodge his military service by saying he was in a K-pop group, and the government's like, we don't care about K-pop. Come back when you play StarCraft. You know, the true government of Korea.
They didn't break up. They took a hiatus because to serve in the military. So
Yeah.
Jin, Suga, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook announced in June they'd be taking a hiatus. That was last year.
They should take advantage of that and make a Spice World style movie of them going into the military.
Right.
Great.
So-
Boys are back in town.
Born back in town.
I'm honestly kind of upset that I knew that, but I feel like just because I still punish myself by still being on Twitter, I'm not calling it X. I
would you?
inherently know about K-pop for some reason, and I don't want to. I have several friends that are like, no, it's great. I'm like, on principle, I can't admit to liking K-pop.
Well, see,
I've never heard K-pop.
Have you not?
And I don't want to.
But there's so many different kinds, and that's why I equated it to White Castle for me. Because every time I go to White Castle, I don't know what I'm fixing to see on the menu. Because the mini burger is going to be there, but what other things have they come up with to put with this burger? Is there going to be barbecue sauce and a pineapple slice on it?
It's like the opposite of Crystal's.
Yeah.
Where Crystal's has the simplicity of they haven't changed
No
their
change.
menu since 1955.
No change.
White Castle's always innovating.
Always different, always innovating.
Yeah, because I can remember you can go to White Castle at some point and you could be like, okay, here's a White Castle. Okay, here's a White Castle with jalapenos and cheese.
And
here's a White Castle with
Swiss and mushroom.
And no matter how you get it, you still have the waterfall poo-poos within the next exit.
They're not as bad as the crystal ones, though. To me,
For some reason, the White Castle ones don't hit you as bad as
Really?
the crystal
They
ones
don't.
do.
It's like a clean greasy.
Yeah.
You know, not
Clean
like
grease, like you
I
just
feel
changed
like
it.
They change the oil
Yeah.
regularly, where crystals doesn't.
It's like a
Just like the
crackhead's
menu.
car. That oil
Yeah.
has never been changed in the past
Exactly.
10 years that they've
And
owned it.
The grilled onions are fresh,
yeah.
And I can
and that's why I get extra.
and I can consume White Castles quicker because they got that smushy steamed bun instead of that fluffy
Yeah.
steamed bun.
Right.
And I love the smushy steamed bun. Also, that what's it called? Dusseldorf mustard.
I think it is called
Yeah.
Dusseldorf mustard.
Yeah.
That is that special little tang.
Yeah, that's that stone
Yeah.
ground kind of
That
mustard.
twang.
Yeah. So you can roll up to the K-pop menu and you'll see things that you've never heard of before, but you're like, I'll try that this time. It's just what? I mean, the burger couldn't be what? More than a quarter there?
Yeah.
No, they're like $1.25 a
Oh,
piece
no,
probably
I buy 'em
now.
by the case.
They're probably as
Yeah.
you should.
I
They're
think
just
cr-
mushy
I think
pieces
Crystal
of
Burgers
morsels.
are like $1.50 now.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's for a 20. We had crystals last night for a 24 count crystals with cheese case. It is $36.
That is more than $1 American dollar.
Yes,
per
it
burger.
is. It's sad too because it's so good, and like crystals are great because no matter at what temperature, they're still good. Like it doesn't really matter
you
about
get kind of the same quality.
yeah, and it never. When you go in expecting to have bare minimum okay food and it's
Right.
good food, it's fantastic food.
I'm just
don't expect
still
much.
bumfuzzled by the $40 for
Yeah.
the case, because back when we was in high school, econ, the class, we went on a field trip to the Crystals. We walked there. I don't know why that economics took a field trip to the Crystals, but we did.
Here, kids, is an
And-
example of a bad financial decision.
And me and one of my classmates, who shall remain nameless, we both got a 24 craving case, and we decided to see who could eat the most / fastest.
Oh no!
He
Oh
was,
no!
He was also a
we-
football player, wasn't
No,
he?
he was not. He was a choir boy.
Was it BL?
Curly, very curly headed.
It was BL.
It was. And he and I both managed to ingest the same amount, because we got the 24 pack and then got like another 6-pack,
Oh my god!
because we couldn't let the other one win.
Oh, you guys weren't moving for a week. That food
Yeah.
baby must have been
Dude,
like overdone.
And we still had like a mile to walk back to school. You know, we didn't even take a bus. We all walked through town.
Oh, God, that-
holding hands.
The teacher ends up on the news for killing 2 students.
Right, yeah,
Crystal
yeah,
Burger.
Like we skipped there, yeah, and she called it Crystal Burger. She didn't call it Crystals; it was Crystal Burger.
And
Don't
those-
forget to get your permission slip signed. We're going to the Crystal Burger tomorrow for
That's such-
econ.
That's such a small town southern field trip. We're just walking that to the
Yeah,
I remember in elementary school, we went to a field trip. If you sold enough cookbooks, you went on a field trip to, there's this pizza place in Gainsborough called Giovanni's that will serve you the greasiest pizza you'll ever have in your life. Like the U.S. is looking at invading because of how much oil is on top of this pizza. And it was a field trip of, you get to go in a limousine to the Giovanni's down in Gainsborough.
They got a limo,
Yeah.
or is that just the fancy word for bus?
No, it was a
Black.
limousine. I went to.
It was a Lincoln. Like, that's all it was.
So
Just the town car,
the
yeah.
school that I went through K through 8th is called Dodson Branch Elementary School. I was with the same 18 kids relatively from kindergarten to 8th grade. The entire school had 200 kids in it. So yeah, they could get a limousine and it would fit the like 10 kids that went through and actually did the thing in the grade block. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I come from a small school. They're like, oh yeah, like small school, 100 kids in a class. I'm like, no, my 8th grade class was 18 children. The biggest it ever got was 35, and I thought that was huge.
Remembering selling cookbooks or wrapping paper.
Oh my God!
Or those chocolates that never, you could put them in a freezer and they're still half melted.
Who got that money? Like, what were we doing that for?
Jump rope for heart.
Who
Oh my
wins?
god! I
Was
remember
it-
that St. Jude's math race or something. They had little kids selling everything. Hey, if you sell $150, we'll give you a hat.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. The only time in the history of me that books and reading were going the way they should go was back whenever Book It actually existed, and they gave me free pizza for reading
Personal
books.
pan pizza. 4 bucks. Got a personal pan pizza.
And a basketball.
Man, I got so many free pizzas because I was a reading boy anyway.
Yeah.
And a pizza boy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Me
there's
too.
grease on my shirt
I'm
from my
pizza-
one I had today.
Pizza boy today.
But I still don't understand why they decided to make all children salesmen.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
don't get
and
it.
here's the thing. How come I can't put that on my resume? I do have sales experience. I've sold magazines, smart cards, popcorn. Now, did anybody actually give me money? No. I was like 7 or 8. Maybe that's why I can't put it on there because I wanted the yo-yo and the bicycle. I never got close.
I always ate the stuff that my brother would bring home to sell, which because I sucked. But
Yeah.
he'd have a box of like name brand candy bars under his bed, and my parents would have to buy the whole box because I would have gone in there and I would have snuck the candy bar one at a time to the point that it was all the way down to the 0 bars because
Hey, whoa.
I loves those.
as a child, the 0 bars were ooh.
Well, see,
now they're
here's
delicious.
But here's the thing. Now, it could just be my nostalgia, but like on Fridays, me and my daddy would get pizza. Okay, it was Pizza Friday. We would go down to the M&M Market, and it was a place that you could still get stuff put on a tab. So he'd go in, get us each a Big Red and a 0 bar. They were my daddy's favorite. I ate them because I want to be like daddy. Now, are they good? But I still love them from nostalgia.
They taste like love.
Do 0 bars and Big Red go together? Absolutely, they effing do not.
You know what? I
Big
used to
Red
get?
is at the White Castle.
It is.
Big Red.
Now-
I couldn't blink for 45 minutes after drinking a large Big Red from the White Castle.
Have you had the Big Blue?
I can't.
Yes.
Big Blue is like Big Red, but tastes like cotton candy bullshit.
So bad.
It's so gross.
Now, my combo, when I used to go with my papa to our farm, in quotes, farm, there was no farm. It's an old house, and we had a horse for a little while. Yeah, I know. That was what
Did
we
the
called
horse
it.
live in the house?
Maybe when we weren't there. I don't know. The house was not safe to be in. It was so old.
Well, it
Of
was the
course
horse
not.
house.
A horse has been living in it.
They are notoriously bad at maintenance.
God, you really got to go in there and get that house clean. It's a bunch of horse shit. No, I mean, seriously.
And
Well, all they do is horse around.
on the, that's true.
All
On
that
the-
horseplay.
On the way
Oh,
there,
no.
we would always stop at this gas station. No gas available at this gas station. It was a convenient mart, but it said gas station on the front of it. And I would get a Slim Jim and a Yoo-Hoo.
Oh,
Even as a child, my innards could not handle what I was doing to my body.
that's such a shock to the system.
Well, I
would
mean,
get
this
it.
is coming from a man that
No.
eats vinegar, potato chips, and milk. Okay,
This is
it's
where
the
that started.
same thing, but more meat based.
So as a kid, on the way to the quote farm, I would get the Slim Jim and the Yoo-Hoo, and I would just down them both together, right?
Oh, God.
And then we would always have sugar cubes in the ashtray of the car because they had those, and so we
was
could
there
give a
hash
sugar
in there as well?
No,
have you ever
just
heard
sugar.
have you ever heard a backstory generated by Chat GPT?
This would be one.
That
This
sounds-
is exactly what
That's
one
what
would
it
be.
sounds like. It sounds like something that like Chat GPT would spit out on its first like iteration.
I'm training it right now. So when we get to the quote farm and I give the horse a sugar cube, the rule was if I give one, I get to have one too. So I am a child that is full of Yoo-Hoo, Slim Jims, and sugar.
Oh, God.
And I'm running around in the summer heat chasing a horse. When I got home, it was like I was bouncing off the walls, vomiting at the same time. And my family's like, what is wrong with him? Why does he have these stomach problems?
Well, he had salty meat too,
Yes.
liquid sugar,
Yes.
and cubular sugar.
Yeah. At the farm. I had the
And
farm
she
shit.
is full of horse fumes.
That's what we call the farm shit.
You were missing one crucial point to it, and that was the binder for it all to make sure when it all came out, it was coming out together, whether it be
Hey.
from the front end or the back end. And that was
God.
my combo that I had done from the same idea. And this is the gas station food. I endangered 5 people's lives, mine included, because there was 4 people and myself inside of my Acura Integra. Just them riding with me was a danger. But
I was
that's
one of the people.
were you? Was
Me,
this
Jesse, and
No, this was
No?
a Young Life beach trip that we had taken.
I apologize.
And I had pulled into this gas station to get something to eat, and I was like, "Okay, I need some road snacks. We're getting road snacks, guys." So everybody got road snacks. My road snacks that I just had to opt for was a V8 Splash Tropical, a bag of cheddar cracker combos,
Okay.
and a large Slim Jim.
V8, a Slim Jim, and cheese pretzels.
I bet did that give you the Redbubble?
That gave me
Because on Redbubble you can get a T-shirt, some
Smooth
I
as
don't-
glass.
Whatever you want.
anything that we make
fanny
merch
packs.
We slapped our logo on everything.
Imagine it. I've put it on there.
If we could, we'd slap it on you.
and speaking of put it on there, I got on the road and I consumed all of my snacks, and the V8 was the last thing to enter my system to wash it all down. It was all well and good. It was about 5 miles later that sweat started pouring from my back all the way, from my lower back all the way to the top of my head. Sweat was pouring
Upward.
I look over at this guy next to me. I'm going to call him Drew. I look over at Drew and I say, "Drew, this is bad." And he said, "What did you do?" And I said, "You're going to find out."
That's when you just look at him and say, "I'm sorry."
And there was another gas station, and this was off of a different exit that we were nowhere close to. Like I found a gap in the median to where there was actually this little spot of road that was used for like a cop ramp, and I just got up the cop ramp, and I got into the parking lot, and I ran to the bathroom, which was an outside gas station bathroom. It was locked. I had to go inside, grab the key. On the way out, I went to the door and I said, "This is bad," and I let a little bit out of it on the door because all the windows were down, and it sounded like somebody poured pancake batter from really, really high up, and it hit the ground. There was no doo-doo though. I was a young man. I had control back then. I ran to the bathroom, and speaking of getting all over it,
Oh no!
I'm thankful that was a gas station bathroom somewhere in Florida because I never had to see it again. There were parts of me that had to get a bath in the sink, and there were parts of that wall that should have been exercised. It went out from underneath the toilet seat. It splattered sideways onto the wall, onto the back of the toilet, and then I ran out to the car and I said, "Don't ever eat those things together." And the smell was in the car from where I had
Stain the
farted.
seats.
So you wouldn't give it 5 stars like you should give us everywhere that you listen to.
I would
no!
give us 5 stars like I would give my escape from that bathroom 5 stars.
Just like Austin driving away from that gas station as he looks in his rearview mirror and it's on fire. The attendant has just lit it on fire because they cannot live with themselves anymore.
They have
after
their
what
own
he had done.
backstory. They're sick of it.
They've
It's
seen
that-
so much.
You created a supervillain that day. And we hope that we didn't create any supervillains today with combining all of this music with the different restaurants. Because when people are going to be driving through the drive-thrus at their favorite Jack in the Box now, all they're going to hear is just diarrhea dubstep. It's going to be that time. So thank you for joining us this week. And remember, Tiny,
Yes.
when life gives Austin grapes, what do you do?
Okay. Well, I take them
I'm so sorry.
and then I hold them up to the light.
Both of
We've
him
given
and the
him
grapes?
so
No,
much
the
just
grapes.
the grapes. Just the grapes. Okay.
He's
Just the
watching me. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
holding
yeah.
them up
Uh-huh.
There's some
on my palm, and I look at them and I go, "These grapes are the future,
Yes.
and the future is now."
Oh, no.
And then I bring them closer to my face, and then I mush them against my face.
I like this.
And I rub it around
Yeah.
to where it's all facial like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of a sugar scrub, I do a grape
like a
scrub.
mud scrub. It's
Oh
a
my
grape
God!
scrub.
It's
Yeah.
like a
And
fine
then-
art exhibit.
Yeah, and
like
then
this.
I shove
I'll
your
lay
face
on
in
the
the
grass.
grass.
Hold on. And then I lay face down in the grass, and I sun my beehole, and then I take one last grape that survived the smearinate, and it you know where it goes.
Austin's butt.
Yes.
No, you dock together to share the grape.
Then I shove his face in my asshole. Hold on, let me just let a little out.
Oh God!
Oh, it's everywhere! I locked the windows! It's everywhere! I can feel it in my ears! I can feel it in my cut!